Hi, I'm Colin, the founder of Sheets Resume Builder, and today I want to show you how to use our AI at sheetsresume.com to turn your resume into the perfect resume for any job in just a few seconds. So we have three ways to start with our resume builder. Your existing resume, you can upload any file that you want. You can start with your LinkedIn profile, you just paste in your URL, or you can start from scratch. And we have about half of our visitors start from scratch. So if you don't have a resume yet, don't be intimidated. It'll only take maybe 10 or 20 minutes with our software to build your resume for you. So let's go ahead and start with a LinkedIn profile today. And I'm going to start with my own. I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to show you guys what my resume looks like. So I have checked automatically rewrite my content with AI. I want the AI to take what's on my LinkedIn and turn it into something better. And then you can do this for your resume as well. If you click the resume button, you can upload your resume and then have the AI rewrite the entire thing. And I want it to include all my work experience. Now, what does that mean? That means that for some people with very long careers, there's less relevant or irrelevant work experience, maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago. And sometimes our AI wants to cut that out, especially if you're applying for a job where your more recent experience is much more relevant. And so that's your choice if you like to include all of your work experience or only most of it, and then tailor for a specific job. You can include a full job description here or just a line. So for me, maybe I'll say lead marketing at a consumer brand, something, random like that. Or, I could put in executive tech recruiter as the type of job that I'm looking for. Again, you can paste in a full job description here. I just want to subtly tailor my resume for it. I could also aggressively do it, but I'll just make it subtle. And then we'll go ahead and generate the resume. And usually starting from a LinkedIn or starting from an existing resume, it only takes about 20 seconds to recreate your entire resume with our software. And soon you're going to get output into the tried and true Sheets resume format that is used by literally millions of people. For those that are unaware, I wrote a Reddit post in 2018. It's now 8 years later. That Reddit post became the top resume guide on the internet and is still one of the first or second results for resume template on Google. And so I've become kind of the online resume guru unintentionally. And so this resume format is used by millions of people. So if you're not confident in which format to use, we are. So right away, I'm seeing that because I have so much information on my LinkedIn, it pulled in, tons more than I actually wanted it to. So I actually kind of wish that I had click abridge my resume and not include every single thing. For example, mentor at Techstars. I mentor other companies, other startup CEOs. I don't really need that. So let me go ahead and click into here into my Techstars experience, quote unquote. I've got that listed on my LinkedIn as something that I do. And I'm just going to go ahead and click remove this experience and get rid of that, tighten up the resume a little bit. Let's see, we've got Riviera, Sheets Resume Builder, Sheets and Giggles, Revelar, Spoon, Elm Talent, Bridgewater. This is all looking pretty good. The project section, I don't need this. Projects is much more for students or people without work experience. So I'm going to unclick projects and get that out of there. I don't need that. For volunteer experience, I also don't need volunteering. I'm almost 20 years into my career now, so I can remove the volunteer experience. And so now you can see it's starting to become a much tighter resume, a little bit better. When I click preview, you can kind of see how it's starting to come together. This is still, I believe, beyond one page. It might be one page with tight margins and smaller font. So I'd probably want to go into a few different experiences and I would want to potentially trim those up. So for example, my experience at Bridgewater was 2012, very long ago now. I can just kill anything except for the initial bullet point about Bridgewater, or I even don't even need that because it's kind of irrelevant information. With my first recruiting experience at Elm Talent Group, probably don't need all the different bullet points, probably just need one or two bullet points. And I'm starting to trim that up. So you can see how easy it is to edit things. If I want to edit anything in particular, I can go ahead and click into any bullet point or any experience, and it will take me right to that into the builder. And then you can edit things directly into the builder. You can go ahead and add sub bullet points by clicking this button right here, for example. So you can see sub bullet point, and you can see how that pops up right here on the preview on the right hand side. That saves automatically when you exit out of the area that you're editing. And then we have a few different options here to tailor the resume. You can open up any of your resume files. If you want to tailor your resume to 100 different jobs, you can do that. You just click the tailor button and you can paste the job description. And then you can say if you want it to be aggressive, subtle. You can create a new resume so you don't rewrite your current resume. We do that automatically to not cause confusion. And then when you do tailor your resume, all of your different versions will be saved here in the open file. I'm not going to click on that just because I've got a few different folks in here and I don't want their names, publicized on my video. I help people, I help our users individually with their resumes when called upon, when they ask. If you want to start fresh, you can click the new button. It will ask you again the three main ways to start with an existing resume. You can duplicate the current one that you're on. You can tailor the current resume for another role, or you can start from scratch or from your LinkedIn again. We have an analyze button. I really like that. It's going to give you advice in terms of, how to actually tailor your resume to get more interviews. I'm very passionate about the idea that ATS reviews are kind of bunk. They're a marketing tactic. If you tailor your resume to impress a human screener, it should get through any AI ATS system. And so our analyze tool does exactly that. It actually brings you to this page and then will analyze your resume for you and let you know what's missing. Right? My own resume right now, I haven't tailored it at all, is 79 out of 100. It's missing my phone number and email. Thank you very much. It's missing a few things on the work product. It's missing a few things in best practices, not telling my career story well, not giving great company context. And so we do a really good job, I think, of analyzing your resume for the human screener, which is still the great filter when it comes to deciding who gets an interview. Whereas the ATS systems, they're mostly pulling out people that are totally unqualified. If you're qualified for a role, you will get through that first system into a human's eyes. You can adjust the layout here with the layout button. You are able to edit in a few different ways. You can rearrange your sections. So if I want my education first, for example, or if I want, volunteer experience first, if I'm light on experience, if I want to get rid of any sections, if I don't want to show a bullet point for the company description, if I don't want the layout to be optimized automatically, and if I want to adjust the font size manually, which you can certainly do. You can make it a lot bigger or a lot smaller, or you can just turn on that layout optimization. And we're basically always going to try to make it one page. The font, you can choose from 6 different approved fonts. We try to make sure these are legible by both machines and human beings. So these are the 6 fonts that we recommend. We do have, your education tab. Before we jump into being done here, you can add your GPA. If it's over 3.5, we recommend it. If it's under, that's your call. 3.3 is also great or higher. Basically, the principle here is you want to impress people on your values, abilities, and skills. That's what pretty much every company hires on, is values, abilities, skills. Education is one way to show abilities, but it's certainly not the only way. And if you did not graduate from school, you can simply say, instead of bachelor, you can say major economics, something like that. And instead of year graduated, date completed, right, you can say the dates attended, like 2008 to 2012, right? And so that way, or 2011 if you didn't complete, right? And then that way, this is just for somebody who didn't graduate college, really easy way to show that you did attend college, even if you didn't graduate. And then skills and certifications, you can get suggestions for all your different soft skills. You can then go into technologies, all your different hard skills, different softwares that you use, languages, if you're bilingual or anything like that. You don't have to have this if you just have one language. And then certifications, if you have any relevant certifications, our AI will suggest them for you just based on your resume and your background. But if you have any relevant certifications, add them certainly. Interest, this is probably our most controversial thing on the resume that most other resume builders will not do or recommend. And I'll tell you why we include interest. It's for 3 main reasons. Number 1, it forces them to look at you as a human being and not just another faceless resume. These people are looking at thousands of resumes every single day, and their eyes go cross-eyed. And so if you can give them something to anchor on, like, okay, this person is a real human being, it psychologically makes them more likely to schedule an interview with you. Number two, it signals to them that you're a normal person and will be a good coworker. And that to me is so undervalued in today's day and age. There's a lot of weird people out there. We've all met some oddballs. There's a lot of people who are terminally online weirdos. And so your interest, if you're just like, I love football and kayaking and reading and yoga, and I love to go camping and exploring, and I love to go internationally travel, and you put some stuff like that that's like, gardening, or like, even raising chickens or something fun like that. The important thing is the line has to be interesting, but not overly niche. So like Pokemon cards is probably fine, but like a really hyper niche anime probably isn't. And if you're having trouble telling the difference between like what is interesting but not overly weird or niche, ask yourself if it's something that can be spoken about and talked about easily by a layperson. So like building computers, easy, great, everybody gets that. Something incredibly niche about the specific server or GPU that you're using, maybe less so. Again, going back to the raising chickens probably fine. Prepping, not fine. So you got to be. It's really funny. If you do mess this up, it kind of signals that you're not normal, and so maybe not the best coworker. So that's reason number two, is it makes them understand that you're a reasonable person, somebody that they can spend 40 hours a week with, thousands of hours a year with, someone that they're going to want to talk about the game, go get happy hour, go down the street, spend time with. Really important for their mental health, who you are. And then the third thing is it's an icebreaker in your interviews. And so interests are actually just a great way to kick off an interview in a really good way. So I think adding interest heightens your success of not only getting an interview, but for that interview going well. For example, if you put Seinfeld on your resume, I guarantee you they will ask what your favorite Seinfeld episode is. But same with like The Office, Parks and Rec. We have a couple things here for additional sections, volunteer, other. If you want to name your own section, you can do that too. You just add it and you can name it whatever you like. And then when you're done, you can go to the export. You can export in multiple different formats: PDF, Microsoft Word. We've got Google Docs as well, LaTeX, and you can email it to yourself. So you can just send it to yourself. And then when it comes to other job search tools, very quickly, this is our AI cover letter generator. This is actually the number one result on Google for AI cover letter generator or free cover letter generator. And that's because it is truly 100% free. You can generate unlimited cover letters. All you need is a free account on sheetsresume.com. And so the Sheets AI cover letter generator is arguably one of our most popular tools, right next to the Sheets resume builder. And so you can use that as a really, really amazing way to save yourself hundreds of hours of your life. The average job search takes 200 applications. And if each cover letter takes you 20 or 30 minutes, it's literally days of your life that you're wasting on cover letters that no one reads. Cover letters do not make a difference in terms of will you be interviewed. They only make a difference in who they're going to interview first among equal candidates. Maybe it can put you a tick ahead of somebody else who's similar. So I highly recommend just making your cover letters with our tool, and you can change the length, you can change what they're about, the position, tailor them for the job. Very similar to our resume builder with the control there. For our AI interview practice, this is something that I've trained through doing mock interviews one-on-one with people. I think everybody gets 5 questions for free. We can't give it away for free beyond that. I'm just not able to financially. That being, and then, you can actually select who you want to be interviewed with. You can do all sorts of things in terms of if you want it to be a tough or gentle interview, if you want it to be technical or behavioral questions or problem solving, the difficulty of questions in general, which company you're interviewing at, which title. Really awesome AI interview practice that I encourage everyone to use before their interview. And then the AI job search. This to me is our coolest feature. You can upload your resume and you can find jobs just based on your resume. It is absolutely fantastic. And it will actually pull in jobs from all over the internet, so you don't have to scour through dozens or hundreds of job boards to find jobs that are relevant for you, or do keyword search or really basic stuff like that. This is more of a natural language search, and it's going to actually pull your experience. Look at this, all these executive recruiter roles, exactly what I'd be looking for based on my current job. This is perfect. And so I highly recommend everyone to go to sheetsresume.com/jobs and use our AI job search to not waste time and just have jobs pulled in from all over the internet. We list the salary there for you, if it's remote or what the location is. We default to the location on your resume, but you can change that as well. And then we have some other tools as well on our website, like our AI resume anonymizer to remove your personal information before you go post on Reddit. You can get feedback on your resume at our subreddit, Sheets Resume, reddit.com/r/Sheets Resume. I recommend that everyone take their personally identifying information off the resume before they upload it to the internet for review. We also have a job offer comparison tool, a LinkedIn updater, so you can update your LinkedIn based on your resume or based what we recommend based on what you're looking for in order to get poached by recruiters more often. And then, of course, tried and true, we have the Sheets resume template downloadable. It is DIY. You can also enter in your information directly on site via our free resume builder. No AI, but we do have tools and tips for you to be able to edit this just directly right here on the internet. And so if you don't have Microsoft Word or Google Docs or anything like that, you can just edit it on our website. Or you can download it as a Microsoft Word document or open it in Google Docs or send it to yourself in your email completely for free. I highly recommend everyone do that just to have the template saved on their machine. But again, when you do use our AI resume builder, you can export your document into an MS Word, a Google Doc, or a PDF format. So you can also edit it offline. We don't force you to use our website to continue to edit your document. And beyond that, what I would say is, just as I'm signing off here with Sheets Resume Builder, is that I really care. I give a sheet, so to speak. Sorry, I can't help myself. I have seen thousands of people come to me for advice, hundreds of thousands of resumes made on the website, millions made with our free resume template over the years since 2018. And I love helping people with this. And so if you get to the AI resume builder, we have a lifetime plan for $99, a 1-day plan for $9, 1 month for $39, 1 week for $19. But if you cannot afford any of those plans, please just email me and I will give you free temporary access, 100%, no questions asked. I give it away to hundreds of people every month. You just have to email me at colin@sheetsresume.com. If you need free access, please contact me. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial for sheetsresume.com. The Sheets Resume Builder was made for you. I hope it's a huge help to you on your journey.